Hello, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good everything. And I never know quite when I'm live. It says I'm live there, but I hope I'm live. And I just want to keep saying hello so that you know that I acknowledge you. So tonight we've been playing a game all weekend. That's called Spin High, Spin Low. And it's essentially about numbers, understanding numbers, all the way from 3-year-olds. You can start with 3-year-olds all the way up to any age because it's a game. And for older learners, it deals with bigger numbers, and also at all ages, even if it's without even mentioning it for the quite early years people, it's probabilities. We're looking at probabilities, risk-taking, decision-making. These are all important skills in developing life skills. They're all life skills, and they're also important skills in becoming an effective mathematician in the classroom. So without having a plan to become a mathematician, it just helps you in your school career. It helps us all, including myself. I'm still learning. I'm still in my school career. I've got hair in my eyes. Right, so now going to, my name is Caroline, and I am with Bubbly Maths. That's my organization. And what I'm doing is I'm presenting activities that have been prepared by AIMSEC, which is an organization that provides professional development for teachers in Africa. And the activities are intended to be used, among others, by teachers that are in rural areas and disadvantaged areas. So they have very large classrooms and they have very few resources. These are a very dedicated body of teachers, and these resources have been written with them in mind, which means that they are accessible to parents as well, especially since now there is a home learning and inclusion guide that is being written systematically, 5 a week, for learning maths at home. So, and that we're dedicating these videos to helping, well, mainly parents at home and teachers who are doing effectively distance learning at the moment. So it's giving them an additional resource. So any of you teachers out there, this is an additional resource for you. So I'm now going to share my screen, and this is all doing my own technology. I am actually an electronic engineer, so you'd think this would all come quite naturally to me. But the fact is, I think it's doing it live, and no matter if you understand the systems or not, every time you think you've got it all ready, it's not ready. So now I've got to just fix that for a moment. So bear with me while I grab the screen, which wasn't there when I went to, oh, crikey, well, there it is. And I'm just going to turn that, that's been turned around again. So that's there, that's there. Move that over there for now. And here we go. I'm going to start off with, there's a lag in the timing. Oh, there we go. That's better. That's much better. So she, optimistically, we're going to go with that. Okay, now, are you seeing that? Oh, now I'm not sure. Are you seeing that? Now I've got to check on Facebook to see if I've actually activated the visualizer. I guess if I look on Zoom, I should be able to see if I'm sharing the screen. Maybe I'm not. Now, okay, cool. Sorry about that. Sorted. Yes, now I'm confident. I think yes. Now you can see what you need to be seen here. So I'm going to start with early years. This is what you need to prepare for tomorrow. Tomorrow, early years is at 10 London time as usual. If you aren't able to watch it at 10 London time, then watch the replay. That's absolutely grand. And what you need for that is you'll need at least one of these number lines. So I'm using a bit of cardboard And I'm creating the number lines. I've just cut them out. They're all the same length. They're all slightly different in width, but maybe you can be a better engineer than me, make them the right width. And we've got them numbered all the way from 0 to 20. Now, depending where your learner is, we start with up to 5 and then go up to 10 and then go up to 20. And then as they're extending their knowledge, keep going up. We don't start going to 100 for a young learner who's still working on figuring out what 5 is. So there'll be 5 of those eventually when you get to 100. And if you want to go to negative numbers, then of course you can do that. Make sure that it all wants to be child-led to make sure that they are ready for that stretch. And you always want to be stretching just a little bit, stretching for learning, but not stretching to the point where they get discouraged. So that's a fine line there, and it's a very important line. The other thing you want is there are different options. So for early years, what I recommend is this is just little bits of cardboard from a box that I received. I liked it because it had, every time now that I find white cardboard anywhere, whether it's in the shop or anywhere, I say, can I please have that box? And I've now got a stash of white cardboard, and it's serving me very, very well. I have numbers 0 to 9 here. Then we have 8, 4, and that's something you can do with early years, by the way. It's just put these numbers in order, and I'd put them in one long line, by the way, and I wouldn't put them in 2 rows for early years if they aren't familiar with numbers yet. And have I got all my numbers here, or have I lost one? I bet it's in my hat. Yes, it is. I feel like a magician. I'm pulling one out of the hat. I love it. Okay, so I was using the hat earlier for finding the numbers. Oh dear, right, okay. So, and on the back of these, we want dots representing the value of it. So then the oneness of 1, the 9ness of 9. And that's why the clear ones are good, but you can still use the normal cardboard, and the nothingness of 0. Okay, so that, if you want to prepare those for tomorrow, and that's if you've got early years learners, or if you have a learner that is at that level, then that's a great resource. So those 2 are for the early years sessions, and then we have, this will also work for later on. I have put a link to the resource, the activities, in the description. So, and in there is this template. So you can print it out or make it if you wish. And the way this works is I just put it on a piece of cardboard. The reason why we put it on a piece of cardboard is that you want to be able to stab it with a pen or some point, and then you can get a paper clip or any bit of wire. What also works is the wire wrap things that twist, the wire twists. I don't remember what they're called, but the wire, they're twisty things you find when you get wires. They're wrapped around them and they twist them round and hold the wires. I don't remember what they're called at this second. It's not coming to me. I'm having a senior moment. And but with a paper clip, just open it out, and now you have a pointer. So you can put it on there and spin it. Boo! We have a 3. Go again. Boo! We have a 6. And again. Boo! We have that's a 6. The other one was a 9. Just put that under there just to remind one about that. So that's another a spinner that you can make. And then the other thing is, if you have a D10 dice, if you do, then you can use a D10 dice, and that's a bit of fun if you are a gamer and you have a D10 dice in the home. By all means, use it. And so then you'll need paper, you'll need something to write with, you'll need a ruler and scissors to make the cards, to make the number lines, and you'll need a paper clip or some bit of wire that does the job, that stays nice and straight. And if you doesn't have to loop around like that, it works because it's using centripetal force. It's like a centrifuge, so it'll kind of pull away from the center. So even if it's just a U shape, it doesn't have to wrap around and make a closed area there. If you just want to make a U shape, that works. And so there's that. And what we're going to cover is the value of numbers. And the game that we're playing is called Spin High, Spin Low. And that means we're going to spin numbers or pick out numbers out of a hat. And then for the 9 o'clock session, it's for age 7 to 18. So we're going to be making numbers. So we will be being clear about the value according to the position. So place value of the numbers that we're making. But we'll also be working with probability and risk, if you consider losing being a risk. And we'll be aiming at getting numbers closest to the largest number, smallest number, and also evaluating if we could have got a better solution, and lots of probability. The older you get, the more probability there'll be in there. And the final activity is it's a probability exercise for keen learners in their like from 16 to 18. And that's what we're doing. So there'll be literally something for everybody, starting at about age 7 to 18 at the 9 o'clock session, which is available on a replay if you can't make it 9 o'clock London time, and then 10 o'clock early years, so that'll be 4 to 7, and the activities there will help them really get their heads around place value and the fact that a 1 in the second column is actually worth 10 and not just 1. So we'll be looking at that as well. And they will be looking at probabilities, as in what is the chance of them getting the number they want. And that's not necessarily a conversation that you're going to have directly, but it's something that they will naturally be inclined to work out, you'll see it as the more you play the game, the more they'll strategize. And that strategy is coming from a sense of probability. So this is all great practice and great training in not just their mathematical careers, but also in their life skills. So as I say, taking risks, strategizing, making a plan based on the most likely outcome, and just generally excellent life skills. And also the value of numbers is critical. You absolutely need to know the value of numbers. Like if you've got 100, that means 100 things. So that comes out naturally as part of this game as well. So I'm going to, there's me talking to you, and all you're looking at is a pair of scissors and a pen. There we go. Hello. Now I'm going to see if we had any visitors on. Before I do that, just if you like what you're seeing on this group, please do share these lives, and also please do put a post on your Facebook page profile with a link to the group if you think that would be helpful to friends of yours. And then if you're on YouTube, we are creating a bank of videos, and we're also going to create early years sessions and 7 to 18 sessions, as well as all of these lives are going up on the Bubbly, on the Bubbly Maths YouTube channel and the Maths Toys YouTube channel. Right, I still haven't got quite in the habit of doing that, have I? So I shall work on that. I shall be conscious of that. And then the AIMSEC Facebook page is another great resource. I'm going to see if, hi Antonia and Terry. We've had Antonia and Terry tonight. So Sunday night, everybody's chillaxing, which is great. And I'll get my feedback from Terry shortly. He'll tell me what he thought of my live. He gives me feedback. So if you see any improvements, it's thanks to Terry. I get messages saying, now improve it this way, improve it that way. Hopefully it's going to improve all the more over time. Thank you very much. And now I've got to work out how to end the live. You'd think I'd know by now, wouldn't you? I've been doing it for nearly 3 months now. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow morning at 9 and 10 for early years, and then again 8 o'clock tomorrow night for what's going to be a really nice activity on Tuesday morning. I'm really looking forward to that. So what you're going to need for Tuesday is lots of paper, lots of string, and lots of sticky tape, and some scissors. And then we're going to have lots of fun. See you tomorrow morning. Thank you.